This is a reading of Wasuki's Gold Pocket Watch, pages 5 to 7. Not known to the Hirotas, however, the government was in the middle of changing its policy on mixed-race persons. The changes would allow those who were half Japanese or less, and whose backgrounds have been Caucasian, to be released from the camps if they were given permission by military intelligence services. But how does someone measure Caucasian background? That was the question addressed by a 1942 government report, Summary of Mixed Marriage Families. The 14-page report describes the Hirotas and 17 other mixed-race families at Pomona to examine their situation and confirm that candidates for release had enough Caucasian background to leave. Mixed race policy. The report scrutinized personal choices in food, friends, and social customs for evidence of cultural preferences. In some cases, they gave points and scores to show the amount of Japanese or Caucasian influence. Higher levels of Caucasian influence were equated with greater loyalty to the U.S. The Hirota's children's Mexican heritage was seen as a positive quality. The Hirotas have associated entirely with Caucasians, the report says. The children speak only English and Spanish. Their diet is Mexican, and their customs Mexican-American. The children and grandchildren have the physical appearance of all Mexican. Mrs. Hirota and the children desire to return to their home at 329 Alameda Street, Azusa, the report concludes. Mr. Wasuki Hirota is willing to stay behind. Ray and the children were released. Wasuki, who was Japanese, was moved to Santa Anita for 18 days, and then to Heart Mountain, 1,000 miles away, in September 1942. Bring him home. Back in Azusa, family and friends began to persuade the U.S. government to bring Wasuki home. His former employer, in a rare act of American support for an imprisoned Japanese immigrant, wrote a letter to the War Relocation Authority requesting Wasuki's release. If Mr. Hirota is released from your camp, we will be very glad to give him steady employment, as he is a valuable man and an expert irrigator. If we are competent to judge, and we should be, he is completely loyal to this country. The efforts were rejected, as were Wasuki's requests to be transferred to Poston, Arizona, and Manzanar, California, camps closer to home.